Hello friends, welcome back to our channel IT India. This is going to be session 12 for the series that we have started, AWS tutorials for beginners. In this video, we are going to discuss the topic creating file system on EBS and making new EBS volume available in Linux instance. So just by attaching an EBS to any instance, you will not be able to store any data in that volume. So for that, you have to make the EBS volume available by creating file system on that EBS. And in this video, we will discuss how to make it available and how to create file system. So first of all, make an EBS volume available for use. So as we have discussed just right now, after you attach an EBS volume to your instance, it is exposed as block device. You can format the volume with any file system type and then mount it. After you make the EBS volume available for use, you can access it in the same ways that you can access any other volume. So format and mount an attached volume. So you are already aware how to attach a volume to an EC2 instance. But after that, what you have to do is mentioned here. Connect to your instance. Then the device could be attached to the instance with a different device name than you specified in the block device mapping. I hope you remember while attaching the EBS to instance in AWS console, it was giving you options something like /dev, SDD, SDB, SDC. So here naming convention could be a little bit different. You can confirm that by running this command lsblk. And after that, to confirm if there is any file system or not, you have to run this command sudo file-s/dev/xvdf. And if there is no file system, you will get like it /dev/xvdf::data. And if there is file system, you will get like this /dev/xvda xfs file system data is there. If you discover that there is a file system on the device in the previous step, skip this step. If you have an empty volume, use the mkfs-t command to create the file system on the volume. Like this, you can see the command here, sudo mkfs-t xfs/dev/xvdf. So basically in the end of the command, you have to mention the device name there. And then if you get an error like that, mkfs.xfs is not found, then you can install it using sudo yum install xfs prog-s. Use the mkdir command to create a mount point directory for the volume like this, sudo mkdir/data. After that, mount the volume or partition at the volume point directory you created in the previous step. Like this, mount /dev/xvdf/data. If the volume has partitions, use the following command and specify the partition name to mount a partition. Sudo mount /dev/xvdf1. This one is indicating the partition name /data. That's it. So to have better and clear understanding about these steps, let's perform these actions in the AWS console itself. So we already have one EC2 instance here. It is running, that is fine. But to attach a volume, I'm just creating it in front of you itself. Let me check the availability zone first so that, yeah, it is in 1B. Okay, size 10 GB is enough. So here we have to carefully select 1B because otherwise we will not be able to attach this volume to that instance. As you are already aware about the limitation that instance and volume should be in same availability zone. This volume is available. Now I'm going to attach this volume to that instance. And we have just one instance running, test instance, so it should be fine. Here device name could be anything except root volume device name. Now let me go to the instance, select it. I'm trying to connect it. Hopefully it get connected. Yeah, it is connected now. So I hope you are aware about the commands, but yeah, you may forget it as well because no one can't remember like that in just one go. Anyways, you can take the reference from the earlier slide of the video, but yeah. So here you can see one is XVDA, that is root volume clearly, and it is already mounted as well. But another volume that we have attached of 10 GB size, you can see here, device name is XVDB. So we have to perform the actions on this. So I'm going to run the command. What I should run to check the file system? Sudo file-s then /dev and the name that we are getting from here, that is xvdb. That's it. You are getting this blank :data. So this doesn't have any file system here. So we have to create that. And how we can create that? Again, just need to follow the same commands that we have just discussed. Sudo mkfs for making file system -t /dev /xvdb. Device name should be from here only. Don't try to copy the exact commands anytime, because those may create confusions, or I can say issues. Anyways, so it is saying no device is specified, nothing. Some error is there, but what is the error? Because we have just mentioned -t for the type, but we haven't mentioned the type here. So I'm going to mention the type. It should be XFS. Yeah, it has got created. That's it. If you check with the same command again, file-s, you can see here XFS file system is clearly there. So that's the thing that we wanted to do. But still, can we access or can we use this volume? No, because we have created the file system there, but we haven't mounted there. You can see with the output of df-h, that volume is not there. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to mount that volume, and for mounting that volume, as we have just discussed, we have to create one directory /data. We are not allowed to create the directory. Permission denied error is there. But why it is there? We have already discussed in the video that sudo should be there in the command, and I have already used sudo in every command. So if you get any error like this, you have to use sudo. Yeah, it has got created. Now I am trying to mount this. Again use sudo, because you are not root user here. So sudo mount /dev /xvdb, because device name was xvdb. You can see here in previous commands as well. And now /data. Yeah, it has got mounted successfully. And how we can confirm that? df-h again, and yeah, you can see it is mounted now, and size is 10 GB and use is just 2%. 9.9 GB is available. So now you can do anything in this volume. How? cd/data. You can create any directory, test. But yeah, again, yeah, same issue. Sudo should be there. So no worries, we can use that. Yeah, it has got created. So now we can use this volume anyhow in the way you want. So now automatically mount attached volume after reboot. We have just mounted the volume, but it will not be there after we reboot the instance. I can show you, but it will make the video longer. So you can try it at your end. If you reboot the instance, it will not be there further. So for that, to mount an attached EBS volume on every system reboot, add an entry for the device to the /etc/fstep file. And it is recommended to create a backup of your /etc/fstep file that you can use if you accidentally destroy or delete the file while editing it. So you can take the backup by this command: sudo cp /etc/fstep/etc/fstep.backup. Use the blk id command to find the UUID of the device, like it. And for Ubuntu, use lsblk command. It is like lsblk-o plus UUID. Open the /etc/fstep file using any text editor such as Nano or Vim, and then you can edit that file. That's all. And we are just going to do it in the AWS console itself. So here what we are going to do, we are going to check UUID first. Here you can see UUID of xvdb. It is mentioned here, right? So you can copy it. I would recommend you to use this option, right click and copy, because it may not work if you have connected using EC2 Instance Connect. And now make yourself as root user first, because we are going to edit main configuration file, so it may not allow us. Sudo -i. Now vi/etc. Sorry, first of all we will take the backup of that /etc/fstep, and then /etc/fstep.bkp. Yeah, it is done. Now we already have backups, so we can freely edit the fstep file now. Yeah, you can see entries are there. So we are going to enter the entry here. I'm going to insert mode first by pressing just I, and now in the next line I will type UUID is equal to and we have already copied the UUID, so yeah, that's it. And now mount point name is /data, that is there, and file system type is XFS. Okay, that is fine. And now rest of the things you can now mention same, like defaults. Here you can just type 1 space 1. Yeah, that's it. Even if you want to add anything else, you can add that as well, because there are multiple things, but this is just simple scenario. After that, if you want, you can just try to reboot the instance. That's it. This was all in this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great learning, and please do subscribe this channel IT India.